Okay, so today we went fishing. We decided I was going to make my famous chicken and rice, the easiest meal ever since we were fishing all day, and I thought I would share with you since you've asked me about it before. So, first thing you're going to do is set this to soup and stew, and it sits a good 10 minutes, which will start cycling, means it's warming up. Now, if you don't want to make it in here, you can do this in your skillet. It's the same thing, takes a little longer, but and you have to watch it just a little bit more. Either way, so super easy, super cheap meal. So you're gonna put just enough oil to coat the bottom of the pan, and then you're gonna put in a little cup that comes with your pressure cooker, or a half cup. So I need 1 whole cup of rice. I use Adolphus. You can use whatever kind of rice you want. I don't recommend using instant white rice. Cooks faster than the rest of the food. So, just a little extra, because Sid likes to share lunch. So, put that in there. So while it's here, it's in warming mode. Close this up. So, as you can see, I'm going to use a canned version of chicken, and it's white breast chicken only, by whatever brand. I get HEB, Kroger, HEB, whatever. Drain it, all the water out. Works just as good as boiling chicken and shredding it if you're in a hurry. Smells wonderful. Use a little chicken broth. Perfect. Okay, so we're going to turn this around. I normally would put some onions in here, but Sid won't eat them, so right now we're going without onions. So just kind of let this brown, the rice kind of brown in here, just for a few minutes, you know, kind of let it open up a little bit. Sorry about the noise, doing laundry in the background, multitask. Go Cowboys! So I got this thing. You can order it online on UQVC, like 3 payments, $39, whatever. I went to JCPenney's, bought it. So while we're waiting for the rice to brown, I can tell you a couple of tips. First, I thought it was broke. Really important thing. The lid is 3 pieces. Very important that when you're not using this, these are not inside of the machine. These stay wet and moist, no worky. When you first get it, the very first time before you use it, you fill this halfway full of water, put the seal on here, put the lid on, seal it, and leave it on canning mode for 10 minutes. It shrinks this. If this doesn't shrink, no seal, no pressure, no worky. So obviously, I take just a little extra time. I washed mine, let it dry. I leave it like either in my dish rack or, you know, somewhere out in the air. If I leave the lid on the machine, so it's, you know, compact and put away, but this rubber seal, I don't leave in it. This always tends to be just that little bit of moisture. That little bit of moisture means no seal. So I can, here, starting to sizzle. I'm going to start putting my lid together. So I thought there was a bag in the front. There's not. Just put it on. Okay. Then just quickly make sure there is nothing wet inside the top of the lid of this. Tricky, tricky. They don't tell you that. This little handle side, this little knuckle, pointing towards you. Snap it in. There's no direction that this has to go in. Just has to seal, and you have to make sure. See, if it won't move, if that's moving, it's not going to seal. Okay, so we're going to set this to the side. They also give you this little handy rack, which I use sometimes if I'm going to make this and something extra like a vegetable and I want to steam it. I'll put this in there, and I'll put like a little small cake pan, something, and put the vegetables in it with like butter or fluid, liquid, whatever, and I'll let it cook same time. Okay, so my rice kind of browning now, since it's a little bit cooked. Now, normally I could use a little garlic powder, but today I'm going to use a little garlic, which I've already had some that's from the produce department, because we're really cheating when they're fishing all day. Super sunburnt, kind of tired. Anybody who knows me can tell you that I cook a lot, and I don't normally cook corners, so this is my cheat meal reason I'm sharing. So it feels like it's getting a little bit hotter than I want, so I'm going to put a little bit of water in there, just to stop slow down the cooking process just a little bit while I get everything else in there. So now I'm going to pour in the chicken. Break it up just a little bit with my spatula, or they give you a little scooper that goes with it. Mine's out here. It's non-stick in here, so anything like this works great. Now, the first time you use this, if you are using the warm-up mode a little too long, be prepping your stuff. If you're new at it and you're a little slower, lots of liquid in the bottom. I've even known to use frozen pats of butter underneath whatever I'm cooking, especially when I make a pepperoni lasagna in here. That's really great. I put that in the bottom because it will burn that bottom layer of lasagna while it's heating up. So put a little something in there. So I'm going to add about a half a cup, which is one of these, of some chicken stock. It's out of the fridge too, so it's cold, kind of helps it stop cooking. Cream of chicken soup. This is the key. So we're just going to pour this entire can into here. Of course, we're going to use our spatula because I know it comes out easy. Here we go. That's it. So, yes, 2 canned products. I don't use canned products. Only when I have to cheat. Okay, so stir this up real good. I like to add just a little tiny bit of cumin in my hand, like just a little bit. Just kind of gives it that little earthy flavor, like, you know, something that's, you know, a little seasoned. Okay, so we're using this, has sodium. Canned soup, sodium. Canned chicken, sodium. So if you want to go low sodium on all of those things, you can. They are all available low sodium. And you can then add salt. However, I didn't do that, so I'm not going to. Alright, so all my ingredients are in the pot. Because I know the soup is really thick, I'm going to add another about a cup of water. If I open the pot when I'm done cooking and it tends to be a little thinner than I'd like it to be, I will just turn it on the warm and leave off the lid and let some of the moisture evaporate out. But have yet to have that happen. So at this point we're done with all our ingredients. We have absolutely already made our meal. So we're good. Oops. Okay, so it's off the market. So I kind of wipe down anything I might have spilled on the edges. Make sure everything's nice and clean in this thing. No reason not to seal. That's the big key. No reason not to seal. Something in there. Okay. Okay. Alright. Dropped a little bit of chicken in there. Okay. Okay, so it does have a little moisture cup on the back in case of condensation. I clean mine out, you know, pretty much every time I use it, so rarely ever have anything in there. So I'm gonna put our lid on. Sealed side to the back. 10 o'clock on lock. Of course, everybody who owns this knows what the lock looks like. Lock. Of course, pressure. Make sure. Seal. See? This is. Let's see. Let me get you a picture. This arrow to arrow seal. Arrow to arrow open. Arrow to arrow seal. Just just so you can see. And hot. And so now we're gonna set it back. Now, I've had many occasions where I thought this thing wasn't working because, well, either I didn't have the seal clean, I didn't have a shrunk, I had something wet. Lessons learned over time, almost took it back. Watched some how-tos and some first-timers on YouTube and learned quick. So. And it doesn't prep while we're doing this, putting everything away, which is how we used very little ingredients, very little cleanup. So, while we're waiting for this to pressurize, I've already got my kitchen clean. While we're still waiting for this can take a few minutes. If you feel into this little pocket here, you'll feel when it's getting ready to pressurize, steam will start coming out here. That's letting out any compressed air, steam, whatever might be inside of the machine. Sometimes it takes maybe 20 minutes. So I'm going to pause you while we wait for the seal, and then I'll let you know how long it took. But while I was doing that, I could really just be sitting on the couch, and I don't come back in here until I'm ready to eat, because as soon as this thing's done, it's going to cook 10 minutes. It's going to go on warm, and I can just sit here until I'm ready to eat. So basically there's nothing else to do, but I'll be back when this is pressurized. Okay, so quick update. Well, I didn't want to pressurize, so obviously user error. I took off the lid, re-dried the seal, and figured out that it wasn't quite straight. So when you press it in, just kind of look at it and make sure it looks like it's centered around, like you see the same gap of space around the outside. I know it's supposed to be oh so easy, and it's oh so easy to cook with, but occasionally you have to check.
Hi, Doreen. She's the best cook.
Okay, now for the record, we are now pressurized. The pressurized, minutes counting, lid locked. Let some air out. Psst, sounded good. So we're now going to be cooking for 10 minutes, and then we're going to have some delicious chicken and rice, enough for dinner tonight, and lunch for my honey and half of his break room tomorrow, which is our pretty much daily occasion. So while this is cooking, I decided that Doreen, that you have waited way long enough for my recipe for mozzarella cheese sticks. So I'm going to swap equipment, start a new video so that I don't want it's too long for you to see. And while this is cooking away, we will then be making some mozzarella cheese sticks. I'm only going to make a few, just for example. And then I'll see you guys back on this video when the chicken and rice is done. Bye-bye.